Okay, we'll get started. We are 8 o'clock. We'll get started. Today we are going to talk about strings. Last time we talked about the application programming interface, that's library for I/O, for math class, those kind of things. And today we are talking about strings. String is a data type, and string is also very, very important stuff because nowadays we hear about AI, okay, AI. So AI primarily, the most important part of the AI actually is the core AI knowledge. Core AI is the so-called natural language processing. Okay, so natural language processing is like you have English and you translate to say Chinese, or you have some kind of the one article, and then you translate to another article. Okay, you can generate a new article based on the original data. So those kind of things, basically you have a lot of text stream coming in, and then you process it and then release some results. So basically, the core computation of AI is primarily in all kind of streams. Okay, all kind of streams. So basically, stream processing is a very important part in artificial intelligence. And there is a book called Text Processing in Java. Okay, there's one book that doing all kind of text processing in Java. Okay, anyway, this is a book, very famous book. Okay, today we just would like to go over the string briefly and then give you the idea of what is string and string processing, okay? And then give you idea of how to read in strings and handling strings. So you first need to know about the instance of the classes, object creation, storage, instance methods, string manipulations. Okay, these are the concepts that you need to know. Okay. And then the objective of this chapter is you need to know what is the string, what is intern string. Okay, intern string is a term. We'll talk about what is string and what is intern string. You also need to know about what is string class and objects, and knowing about what is reference data types, and knowing about spatial string as character set, and then the basic string functions, okay, all kinds of string functions, and then printf functions, okay? These are the topic that we cover today. Okay, first you need to know about string. Okay, string is different from character. So character is a single letter and is encoded in Unicode. Okay, and it is actually 2 byte, 16 bit. Okay, that's actually character. So this one is a character array of characters. Array of character, you have A, B, C, 3 characters. But this is not a string. Okay, this is not a string. String is more than an array of characters. It actually is a real character object. So string actually is a class. It's a class. It's actually a reference data type. Okay, let's actually talk about reference data type one more time. We talked about primitive data type before. We say that we have integer a equals 3. That means you declare a memory. You put a 3 in there, okay? And this we call this primitive data type. That means you directly store the data in the memory location. String is different. String is different because string sometimes you have one character A, sometimes you have two character A, B, sometimes you have no character, just double quote, double quote. So you may have 0 to infinity characters. You don't know how long it will be. So if you reserve the memory for it, there's no way to reserve the memory for it with a fixed size for it. Okay, so you need to know about how long it is before you can reserve the memory for it. So basically, string cannot be primitive data type. It had to be a reference data type. So reference data type does not put the data in the memory directly. It actually creates certain amount of the memory. And then you put your A, B, C, D, E in there. And then say, let's assume that you have a string S equal double quote, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so this string is a variable, but it does not store the value like primary data type. It stores the address of the starting address of the first letter. So it does assume this address is AB2F. Then AB2F will be stored in the reference variable here. So S actually storing the address of this string, and then this one is pointing to here. And then you can get access to different data. So you actually, when you need to get this data, you write S dot character at 0. Then you give you this memory plus 0 address, you will get this A character. So when you say S dot character at 1, that would be using this address plus 1 address, you get B. Okay. At 2, you plus 2 address, you get C. Okay, that's actually the how string work. So string variable, you actually doesn't store the data. It store the address of your data. Okay, this kind of variable, we call it reference variable. So string is one kind of reference variable. And we have other kind of reference variable like array and classes and objects. Okay, those are all reference variables. We'll talk about it later, okay, for those different kind of reference variables. But right now, we just need to know string is a reference variable. Okay, anyway, so right here, you actually say string str equals new string data. Okay, data is an array. So basically, this array has A, B, C. Right? And then this one create a new string based on this data. So this data being loaded to a memory, to a direct memory, and it's A, B, C. And then wrapping up as a string object. So we create a new string object, and this address being stored in the str variable. So this created a string using an array to load the data into the string. Okay, so this is one way to create string. It's using new string and array over there, and then you can create a string. This is another way to create a string. You have a ABC double quote as a string, and then you assign it to str. So this str by itself is a string. You already created a string of ABC there. And this ABC string's address being stored in str. Okay, so these are first way to create string. This is second way to create string. Both are working. Okay, both are working. But they are a little bit different. Okay, they are a little bit different. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so that's the way that you create string. And then here are some examples of using string. So you can print a string. Okay, if you print a string, you put a string right here, you can use a print line and change line. Okay, because you have print line. You can assign a string to a CDE, and CDE is a reference variable, and you assign the data to it. You can connect two strings together using plus sign. Okay. You can find a portion of the string, say index 2 and 3 not included. You actually create a substring based on these to create a substring for the ABC. Okay, or you create a substring of 1, 2 based on CDE for a string D. Okay, these are different way of creating string and working on the strings. Okay, so string have many different methods. Method means function. Okay, we'll talk about this later. Right now, let's talk about the fundamental idea of what is a string. So string represent a string in the UTF format, which is supplementary character are represented in surrogate pairs. Okay, whatever. The string provide method. Okay, it also has a method. So basically, you have a data A, B, C there. They also provide many methods such as the substring you can use. They also provide you character at that you can use. They also provide you the index of that you can use. Okay, these are different functions that you can use. String function that you can use. So we talk about what is string. We also talk about the so-called string functions. So right here, you can create a array. Okay, let's assume that you have array. So this array, let's assume you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And then this array, CH character array is like this, okay? And then you will have a class pointer, size, locks, and frame. And this whole thing together, we call it a char array. Okay, this is char array type. And then when you wrap up as a string, this char array is right here, is the value part. Okay. And then you will add more thing, and this more thing is the string format. Okay. So basically, char array is a smaller data type inside, and then string is a bigger data type, wrapping the character array inside there. Okay, this is the idea of what string is. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? No?
No.
Okay. Now let's look at the program, okay? Okay, I'm going to create a file called string1. Okay, number one. String is a reference variable. So string is an address pointing to somewhere. But if you don't store data of any address to the str, you can put a null over there. When you put a null over there, we call it grounded. So the pointer pointing to nowhere. Okay, or sometimes we call it parked. It's parking at the ground. Then this one pointing to nowhere. So reference data type is a pointer. It's pointing to somewhere else. But at this moment, your str pointing to nowhere. When you pointing to nowhere, means that you don't point into any object. You don't point into any string. And when you print it, there is null. Okay, there is null. There's no data in there. And the same thing, if you have a character array, it can also be null. This means that is an array pointing to nothing. This character array only is it is a pointer, and it is pointing to nothing. It pointing to nothing, and this is also okay. So pointers can point to nothing. Let's see, chars. It doesn't allow print line. Okay, it doesn't allow this null pointer to be pointed. Okay, because it cannot create to string function. So anyway, this one is not okay. Cannot be printed. But assignment is okay. Okay, assign a null to a array pointer, that's actually fine. But cannot be printed, because printed you need to have a string with data. Anyway, so when you put a null string, you print it is empty. You can assign some data. So this we have null pointers pointing to nowhere. Okay, let's get started from here. This string can be the null pointer. Array of character can be null pointers. Okay, now string s can be equal to empty string. So this one different from the null pointer string. Null pointer is pointing to nowhere. So if you say system.out.println str.character at 0, that will not work because your str is a null pointer. Null pointer do not have function. So you've got null pointer exception. So this is not okay. So null pointer, you cannot have function. You cannot run any function. That's not okay. Now this one with empty string, it is a string of 0 characters. So it is a string, but there's no character. We use double quote, that is an empty string. Okay, this one is an empty string. Okay, so this is a empty string, and when you print it, you can print it, it actually is a empty string. But before and after, let me put a bracket, okay? Greater and less than, before and after, so you know what is inside this less than and greater than. There's nothing. Okay, there's nothing inside this two. Okay, so that's actually an empty string. Okay, so this is an empty string. Empty string have functions. So if you do str.out.println s.length, this one it is an empty string, but it has a length of 0. Okay, it has a length of 0. So that has function and it has a length of 0. Okay, but null don't have a length. Null is empty, it's pointing to nowhere. So null have no data pointing to it. Okay, so these are the idea of null pointer and empty pointer. Okay, empty string. So this is string number 1. Let's look at string number 2. Okay, this one is empty or null. So string number 2. String number 2, we will talk about creation of the strings. Initiation of the string as to string s equals ABC. This we call it intern string. What does this intern string means? This intern string means in the constant pool, because ABC is a fixed value. So in the constant pool, we create an array of characters called ABC as a string. And then this S is pointing to it. Okay, this we call it intern string. Now, if we do this, if we do string S1 equals ABC, so this is another intern string. And actually, same one. What does this mean? This means your ABC is a constant, and your S pointing to this ABC. And now you say S1 also equal to ABC, so S1 is also pointing to ABC. Okay, so both are intern string. They have the same data over there. They have the same data over there. Okay, so this we call it intern string. It's in a constant pool. We store data that's called intern string. Third one, let's do another one that's called string S2 equals new string with ABC in there. Now, this one is string in dynamic memory. So these two are different. S1, S pointing to ABC. S1 also pointing to the same ABC. Both are intern string. Now you say new string, then it go to a memory location called heap to create certain array called ABC there, and then S2 is pointing to here. So S2 pointing to the different object of S1 and S. Okay, and this heap, we call it dynamic memory. So this kind of string is created at runtime. When you run the program, you create an object. We call it dynamic memory. Okay, so that's a different object. Now let's do it one more time. If we have string S3 equals new string ABC, what will happen is yet another dynamic string, but different one. Okay, this one you have to be careful now. So here S pointing to the constant ABC. S1 also pointing to the constant ABC. We call it intern string. But S2 create a new ABC somewhere in heap. S3 also create a new one. But this ABC for 2 and ABC for 3 are different ones. So it's yet another dynamic string, and also is a different one. Is that okay? So when you say new something, you create a new object. New something, you create a new object. You use double quote as a constant string. These two are different. The first one, we call it intern string. And then second and third one is a 2 and 3. They are dynamic string, dynamic memory. We create in heap. These are two different kinds of memory. Any questions so far?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there like
like a difference in use between these two strings and like how they could be like used?
Yeah, we are going to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, now next one, we are going to talk about why the intern string and the dynamic string is different. Okay, let's do this one. If S equals S1, okay, we will print this. Okay, because they pointing to the same object, so when you use the double equal sign to check it, you are checking the address. Your S pointing to A, B, C constant. Your S1 also pointing to the same A, B, C constant. So the address they store is the same. Let's assume it's A, B, 2F. This one also store A, B, 2F in there. So this, you run it, you will get the two are the same string. The same string object. Okay, now let's copy this one. Put it over there. Let's actually change this one to S2 equals S3. Then this is S2 and S3. S2 and S3. So S1 and S pointing to the same object, but S2 and S3 not pointing to the same object. Because S pointing to ABC, S1 pointing to ABC, their address is the same. S2 pointing to a dynamic ABC. S3 create a new one. It actually is another dynamic ABC. This one address may be AF25. This one may be BC2F. So the address is totally different. So when you check double equal sign, they are different. So that's why we always tell you not to use the double equal sign to check string. In Python, it's okay, but not in Java. In Java, you use double equal sign to check your string. You are in big trouble. You are checking their address. You are checking their address, then these 2 and 3 will not be equal because you are checking this address. They are not equal. But if you check S and S1, because they are intern string, they are pointing to the same constant, then their equal sign is the same. So it's not always the equal sign that works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because the content of the address is different. Is that okay? That's why here is very important. Is that okay?
Yes.
Let's copy and actually compare another one. This time, let's compare the S1 and S3. S1 and S3, one is the constant one, one is a new object one, and they are also pointing to the different things. Okay, they are also pointing to different things. So when you use new, they are creating a new object, it's different one. Okay, you use these, that's the same one. Okay, now let's copy this whole thing, everything. And here let's do system.out.println. Let's actually have an extra line printing. And then let's don't use the equal let's don't use the double equal sign. Let's use the equals. Okay, here don't say that it's actually different string object. Let's okay, you say string value. Let's don't use a value. Value sometimes your address is also a value. Let's use a content. Okay, you want to change many characters, use like Control F, and then use a object, and then replace content, and you say once. Okay, done. Okay, compile and run. So S and S1 have the same content. 2, 3 same content, 3, 2, 2 and 1 and 3 same content. So basically S1, S2, S3, they all equals. Using equals, they are all the same. So equals checking the content. Double equal sign checking the address. Is that okay now? That's what I want to say. Is very important. The most important part so far in array, in string. Is that okay so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double equal sign checking the address of two reference variables is checking the pointers. Equals checking the contents of the string that they pointing to. Okay? When you check the content, these 4 are all the same string. These 4 are all the same string. So remember, double equal sign and equals, these are 2 different checkers. Usually we use equals. When you do copy and paste, I always tell you to use equals. Never use double equal sign. Because double equal sign, when you want to use it, you need to be good at the pointers. If you are not good at the pointers, double equal sign can only create trouble. Any question? Any questions so far?
No.
No.
So right here, S1 equals hello. Okay, S2 equals hello. S3 equals S1. So these 3 actually all printing the same hello in constant tuple. S4 equals new string hello. S5 equals new string hello. They create in a heap with 2 separate objects. So if you check equal sign S1 and S4, not equal. You say S1 that equals S4, then that will be true. Okay, remember this, very important. As the first part, you need to know how array string is created. Okay, so here we talk about 2 ways to create string. One is using the string constant, literal. Okay, literal string constant. One is using new string. There's another way you can create a string, that is you have character, array character, actually ABC equals this one A, B, C. Declare an array of characters, and then you loaded that array of character to S4. wrapping the array of ABC into a new string called S4. Okay, and then let's do this. Okay, let's actually copy this. Put it right here. Okay. And then copy this. Put it right here. Okay. In between, let's actually create a new line. Okay, here we are going to change it to S3 and S4, S3 and S4, S3 and S4. This one also S3 that equals S4. This one S3 and S4. This one also S3 and S4. So your S3 is using new string with a string of ABC. You put a string in there, you actually load it and create it. This is S3. You create a new object of ABC and you point it to it. S4 using an array, not a string, to create a S4. Let's see whether they equal or not. I would say this double equal sign, because they compare the edges, it will still be not, because they have different edges. And the content will be the same. Okay, the content will still be the same. Is that okay? Different edges for S3, S4, but the content is the same. Is that okay so far?
Yes.
Now, this is the third way you create a string, is using loading an array to a string. Fourth way to create a string is we S5 equals new string S4. Now, this time we do not load a array of characters. This time we load a string to a new string. And we compare 4 and 5. I did not change the order, but it's actually the same, okay? So 4 and 5, you use the new string to load S4 to S5. Will they share the same object or no? Stephen, will they share the same object or no? You guess.
Yeah.
No, they will not. They'll create new string object. Using new object, it's only copy the content of it. Okay? But the content is still the same. But the address is different. You load the string, it is not actually copy the string force the address to string 5. No, it doesn't do that. It actually duplicate a new string, duplicate a new string, and then that S5 pointing to it. Okay?
Yeah.
Any question? So here tell you a few ways of creating a string. One is constant creation. One is new string. One is loaded an array to there. One is loaded a string to there. Okay, but whenever you use new, that will create a new object. And whatever being put over here is only the source. You will copy it to a new string. You will not using the same string object. You copy the content to a new string. Okay. Okay, that's very important concept. Okay, this is the creation of the string. I hope you understand it, okay, because this is not easy at all. Now we have the creation of the string. Next one, we are going to look at the basic methods. So what kind of operation we can work on your strings? Okay, so here, these are different way of creating. If you do new string nothing, this one will create a double quote string for you. Okay, empty string for you. But this one and this one, these are actually also different. These two are different because this is an intern string. Yet this one is an empty string, but it's put into the heap. So these two still not 100% the same. Okay, still not 100% the same. If this one called T, this one called S, S equal T still be wrong. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But new nothing in there will create empty string. Okay. Pointing to nowhere is not new string. Pointing to nowhere is assigned null to it. Okay, these are different concepts you need to know. Okay, so you can attempt the length by using s.length. You will get its length, how long it is. Individual character, you use a character at I, okay, your index. Concatenation, you use a plus sign. Okay. These are basic operations you need to know. So basically, you need to know string, character at, concatenate. If you do s dot concatenate S1, it will be the same as S plus S1. You're connecting the two strings together. Yet, you will create a new string. So this S plus S1, nothing to do with S or S1. It's copying the content of the S and copy the content of S1 together to create a new string. To lowercase also create a new string. To uppercase also create a new string. Your original string will not be changed because string is immutable. String cannot be changed. String value cannot be changed. Okay, you always, whenever you use a two uppercase, two lowercase, they always create a new string. Okay, they always create a new string. Trim is when you have a few later, you have space, A, B, C, space, C, D, E, space. Trim function will trim out the leading and trailing spaces. You will just keep this portion. Okay, but the space inside the two blocks will be kept. Any question? Any questions so far?
No.
No? So here tell you the using index is not S2 like Python. No, it's not. You have to use S char at. Okay, it's a different function here. So this S equal Java is pointing to Java. And later you say S equal HTML. Then there's an object called HTML. Then the address original, that's so this is AB34. You 24, you store AB24 there. And then you pointing to HTML, you'll be pointing to here. That's so this new address B248. Then B248 will be stored there. And you will cut the link to Java and pointing to the HTML later. Okay. So S is always storing the address. When you update it, it's not update the content, it update the address of the string. Okay? Any question? It doesn't change the content here. No, it doesn't change that. It actually is pointing to a new location. Okay? That's called string is immutable. Okay, I think we have enough of these. Okay, so as you can see, you have a one character. That's a single character. Then you can create a character array A equals A, B, C that has 3 characters in there. Okay. So, and then you can wrap up this array of characters by a bigger string. And string is immutable, you cannot change. There's no function to change it. You can further wrap it up with a string builder. The string builder can actually change. Okay, let's do one experiment on this one. Okay, let's work on this one. These are different wrapping levels. String builder is not AP tested. Okay, it's called string. You see, I create the quote first, okay? Now will make your typing easier. Don't do this, don't do like create the left side and then do this A and then do this and then do this. It will be slower, okay? The way I created is creating this first, Coco, cut, and then put your A, B, C there. Is that okay? Hello?
Yeah.
Now be faster, okay? I'm talking about how to type it faster and also safer. Then later you do not need to check whether they are matched or not. Okay, this is array of characters, and then you do string S equals to new string of A. They are the same, okay? They are the same. This means you have array A, B, C. That's A array. You read it up by string type. So string is a bigger object, but immutable. You cannot change the contents. Okay? Then you actually further wrap it up by string builder. Okay. So stream builder actually is bigger. Now stream builder is immutable. That's mutable. Let's actually look at stream builder for a while. Okay. Stream builder is not standard AP. Okay. But we would give you the idea of what it is. Okay. So right here, when you need to have that, you can search for this. And then you can look at the functions. So there are something you want to have. There is insert a function, okay. There are append function, okay. Append, okay, the append function. Let's see if I want to, there are string insert, get character, deleter characters, character add. You want to read a certain character is still character add. You want to delete certain character add. You can delete certain character add. There are index of, there are insert you can have. You can also append a different string to it. You can also do replace on it. Okay, there are several functions you can do. So you do have this SB, that's ABC now. Let's do this. Let's do string builder. So let's actually do SB dot pen. Okay, I searched the page just let you know what function you have, but I just demonstrated that you can do append to append a DEF to the string using string builder. Is that okay? But
Yes.
this one is different from the plus sign. Okay, plus sign is your str string. You can do plus sign with DEF. They will create a new string instead of updating your str. This one is update your SB with a longer length. So now SB become longer now. Okay, it's different. So string builder can make it longer, shorter, insert, delete. Okay, string you cannot. String is fixed size. Okay, here I just want you to give you the idea of what is string builder. String buffer is a synchronized version of string builder. It's used for parallel processing. Okay, so it comes with locking to make it safer. Okay, but right here we don't talk about it. It's too long. Let me make it shorter. Okay, this part I just want to talk about creation of the string. Next one, we actually will read in string and comparison. You can do concatenate. S3 equal S1 concatenate S2. This one will create a new string. S1 that append the S2 using the string builder. It is the same string. Okay, this one is different. To uppercase to lowercase. Okay, trim is trim out the leading and trailing space letters, white space letter. White space letter including tab, form fit, return, new line. Okay, these different characters are from the so-called white space letters. So read string from console. This one is to read a string from keyboard. Okay, I think we talked about this already. Now, let's try this one, but we will do string keyboard input and also file input another time. Okay, let's look at it. So this one is read in now. Okay, so it's string number 4. This one related to read in. So let's do this. Let's do import Java UTIL start import Java IO start. Okay, this one for input output. Oh, sorry, I typed the wrong key. Sorry, I typed the wrong key. Oh, no. Okay, now we do scanner input equals new scanner system.inc. This one is to look up the keyboard input. Okay, and then you say input string. Okay, token equals input next. Okay. Okay, this input feed through problem. Last time I talked about it already. So here you must put this, okay, because you want to consume the extra new line mark. Otherwise, the enter new line will use it. Okay, that's it. We talked about it before. So here you enter token. You can type a lot of tokens, but you will use only the first one. Okay, you will use only the first one. Okay, now I actually need to print them. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me print them. Okay, you only read in the first token. Okay, this one. You read in the whole line. Okay, it's a reading one token and reading one line. And this one to consume the extra new line space after the first line. Okay, any question?
No.
This one is from keyboard input, right? This one is from keyboard input. Now let's assume that, okay, let's actually get out from here. Let's actually go to the file directory. Oh, I'm sorry, actually. I'm creating this different file on desktop. No, this is not good. Let me close it, okay? I'm sorry, I forget to create chapter 5. Let me do it, okay? So let's create chapter 5. Now let's actually move it to chapter 5. Move it to chapter 5. Let me see.
Dr. Chow.
Yeah,
Oh, I need to go use the bathroom. I'll be back in a
there you
minute.
go. Yeah. Sorry, I actually Let me do this way. It's probably too slow. Let's go to my desktop. That's from here to here. That's actually current old directory. Go to my E drive. Go to here, go to here, go to chapter 5, paste right here. Refresh. Okay, it's all here. Now I need a package file, so I also copy this one and paste right here. Okay, now I create a new directory. So in this way, you copy and paste, and then you copy a package file. You should be able to create a new directory in Booj format. Okay, that's called coming back. Okay, so this one we have the keyboard input. Now let's create a string number 5. So this time, before we create a number 5, let's go to this directory right here. Let's create a new file. This one, let's call it Greek. Okay, Greek.txt. So here I'm going to put the Greek letters. Alpha, beta, delta, beta. Okay. Let me put it in 2 lines, actually. Okay. So this file called Greek.txt. Now, we are going to read the data from Greek.txt file. So we will need the import java.util. Okay, these two you need. Okay, because you will like to open a file. So right here, remember you need to throw exception. Here you need to do sources because sometimes your file may not be found. Then you will have exception. So right here, you need to put throw exception right after there. Okay. Okay, now you want to set up the scanner on the file. So scanner f input equals new scanner, new file. What file is called Greek. Okay. Now you are going to read every single letter out and print it, right? You want to do it. So you will do this while. Okay, at the end you will do f input close. Okay. While what? While f input that has next. While you still have data, you do string token equals f input that next. And then you do system.out.inline token. And then you do, okay, that's it. Okay, so basically you check if the file still have data, you actually read one token. So alpha being read out and then print. Then you check, is there still another one? The beta being printed now. Is there still another one? And then gamma being printed now. So by doing this, you will be able to read each individual chapter from the file. alpha, beta, gamma, delta, eta. Okay? Is that okay? So now there's a question. If I want to go back to the beginning part and reread it again, may I do it? Yes. You close the string and you do this again, the same open, you do new string one more time. You close it after you using it again. And you can do the same thing right here. But this time, let's don't print it only. Okay, let's don't print it only. Let's do this. Let's do integer count equals 0. Okay, when you read one later, then your counter increase. Then right here, you can say is that okay? I'm sorry. Here, that's actually for the new line mark. Okay. Okay. Then you will reset the reader and then reread it one more time, starting from the beginning part. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No.
So this one is reading string from file. So we have reading string from keyboard. We have reading string from file. Now let's look at another one. I'm not going to use S input. I'm not going to use F input. I'm going to call it S input. Okay, this is the second part. I'm going to delete it. So this one, I'm not going to use this as a file. I'm going to put a string over here, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, eta, epsilon. So this one is reading. Oh, you need a scanner anyway. This is reading data not from the keyboard, not from the file, but from a string. Okay, so the same function can be done. Counting the character can also be done. Reset and redo it can also be done. Here, I just demonstrate reading the tokens from a string. Is that okay?
Yes.
Hello, is that okay?
Yes.
And tokenization is very important. Okay, this is reading one character, one word after a word after a word. Okay. Okay, this actually is reading a token after a token. Okay, a token after a token. Now let's look at how to read a character after a character. So let's copy the whole thing. It can be file, okay? It can be file, it can be anything. Can be file, can be string, can be anything, okay? But here I don't use a line. Let's use a next. Let's use a line. Okay. Okay. So this one, you read in the whole line. If there are multiple lines, you read one line after line after line after line. And every line, you will count the number of the letters, increase the number of the letters. So this one will check how many letters are in here. Okay. It's counting number of the letters in there. Any question?
No.
Okay, that's actually, so next line will read a line. Character at 0 will check the letter at 0. Okay, get the character at 0. Pass integer, last time we talked about it, you will pass a string into a integer format. Let's look at this pass integer. Okay, so you open the file called next.txt, and then you read in a line every time and pass it into integer. So let's go to a file. So right here, let's create a new text file. Let's call it number. And in this number file, let's put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 line with 10 number, because you are going to use next line and do pass integer for it. Okay. Compile this one. Let me save it. Wrong. Okay. 1 to 10, that's 55. Any question?
No.
No.
Let's pass integer. So this one seems to be easy, but let's actually look at another one. Let's actually create another one. This one, let's call it binary. So this binary does have 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. I read in binary data. So let's copy the whole thing. I don't want to have a different. This one I'm going to do B input. So, binary. It's a different file. So this one, let's call it some B, okay, something. So B input. So B input pass integer using base 2. Okay, so this one you read in the data is a string format. It input every string, but it's 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, string by string, but it is in binary format. Can you do 16 for hexadecimal? Yes. You can put in different format using the pass integer format. Or some adding to it. I should use a sum b instead of sum. Sum will continue to add up. Sorry. Okay. Any question?
No.
Read it in binary strings. Okay. Read it in binary strings. If I want to print out binary string, what should I do? That's actually, this is pass integer. Now let's do full string. Okay, that is passing string to integer. Now I have an integer, I want to print it. In binary format. You use integer to string, you put your number, let's say integer, convert it to string using binary. Is that okay? Is that okay? Hello, is that okay or not?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Zero for S is to put some extra zero in front. Oh, no, it doesn't take this one. No, this one, it doesn't take this one. Okay. Okay. We only for integers. Okay, this one is, so this one is to pass string in binary format. This one to convert string back, integer back to string in binary format. Okay. Okay, that is okay. Value of, you will convert a string into the double value using the value of this string. Okay. Integer that value of is also okay. So value of is the same as pass double. Okay, these two are the same. Integer the value of is the same as integer that pass in. Okay, put a string over there. Okay, these two functions are the same. Okay, then this one we are going to talk about equals compared to start with, end with. Start with, end with is very simple. You actually start with certain string that's equal. Okay, contain easy to see if your string contains certain substring. That's easy. Equals, they check whether the two string are the same. This is easy. Okay. The only difficult one is this compare to function. Okay. Let's look at compare to function. So compare to function, let's assume that we have A, B, C, D, E. Compare with A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So if this one is S, this one is S1. So we do S dot compare to S1. This will be 0 because they are the same. Okay. So if here you change this one to B, then S dot compare S1 is -1 because you minus this one. You compare the first letter, they are different. Then it is using A minus B, you got -1. Okay? Any question?
No.
No.
So if right here you got a B compared to A, then that would be 1. You compare this, okay? Now, if your first one is A, B, C, D, your second one is A, E, C, D, then you S1 compare with S2, you will be using minus. B minus E is 3 minus 2, it actually is 3, 5 minus 2, okay, it's 3. Okay? Minus 3. Is that okay? Using the alpha, using the ASCII code to minus, okay? Okay, so now if you have a tie A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, tie all the way, then you become, the result is 0. You minus everyone is 0. If A, B, C, D, E compare with A, B, tie, but A is longer, then this one you will return 3. the length of the extra digit by the S1. Is that okay? So you compare every digit, you compare the difference. If you tie all the way to the end, then the two values is equal. If they are not tied because one is longer, one is shorter, then the longer one wins. Is that okay? Any question?
No.
No.
Wait, Mr. May I go
Yeah.
use the bathroom?
Yes. Next one, we have a substring. Substring is used to get the part of the string. So let's say you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, these are the index. So when you say substring star and n, two value, right? You have two values. Let's assume you put 3 and 8. It's starting from 3, ending at 8, but 8 are not included. 8 are not included. So you'll be D, E, F. You will be D, E, F, G, H. So how long this one is? It is A minus 3. The ending one minus the starting one will give you the new length. Okay? So usually you will have the I, comma, I plus length. That would be your string starting from I and the length of the length, the substring of the length. Is that okay? Hello, is that okay?
Yeah.
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 The first n letter is 0 and n. The last n letter is the s the length minus n to the end of the string. Minus n. Okay, that's the last n letters. So when there are two numbers starting and ending, if only one number is from the starting letter to the end of the string. Okay. Okay, these are the rule you need to remember. Okay, substring is very openly used function. So two possibility. One is a start and ending. The other one is only the beginning one. The beginning one means from the beginning one to the end of the string. Okay. Then you have index of last index of mean if you have the string, you say index of A, it will be the first A that you encounter. Last index of will be the last A that you will have. You show you these two numbers. Now, if we want to find every single A location, how can we find it? Let's do it, okay? Okay, another A, B, okay? Okay, I want to find the location of the AB. Where are the ABs? Okay. I will say integer position equals s the index of AB. Okay, when it that's then 0, when your index of return of -1 means there is no such AB in the string anymore. Okay, so while this one actually greater than 0, greater equal to 0, it means that there are still some AB. When you get out of the loop, here means POS equals -1, is actually less than 0, means no more AB. Okay, so you get the position call for the AB location and you print out. And then you will get a new one. You will get the new location of the AB starting from position +1. So here, if you have a second number, okay, let's assume that you actually first one you find AB right here. Okay, then you print 0 out. Okay, so 0 got print out. Then the next one you are going to search for AB starting from the B. You cannot no longer search from A. So here you need to use a position +1. So this is from index is searching for the AB from which index. By this way, you search one and then jump to the next one, search one and jump to the next one to continue the search. You will be able to search out all of the AB locations. Is that okay so far? Any question?
No.
No.
This is how you use the index of functions, okay? Okay. Index of last. You can also search using the last index of and go backward. Okay, that's another way you can do it. This one will go forward. So this index of W, you get 0 because W is at 0. Index of X is no X, so you return -1. Index of O starting from 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting from this M. But the first one you search for will be this O location, that's 9. Okay. Index of a COM, that's 3. Index of a Java, that's 11. Index of the lowercase Java, we don't have that, so you get the -1. Index of a you get here, that's 14. I'm sorry, the last one is this one, it's 14. Okay. And lowercase, you can to lowercase to uppercase, you can also replace some part of your string, okay? Replace and replace all is not AP related. Let's look at the split function, okay? Split more important. Let's look at the file of the Greek again. We are going to get these different words, but we would like to get the data line by line. We don't want to use the next. How can we do it? For the string 7. So we open the Greek.txt file. Okay. And this one need to throw exception. Okay. This one is need to throw exception. Okay. And at the end, we want to close it. So let's do input that close. Now let's do while input that has. Okay, up to here. Okay, we're not doing anything so far. Just read in a line and print it. Okay, and print a line. So two line of the words. Okay, now we do this. Now we do string array tokens equals line that split. Using space to split. Tokens is an array, so we are going to print out every word from the array. Every string from the array. This one is closed, no longer printing this way. Okay. So we have alpha, beta, gamma, delta, eta, right? So the first line you read in will be alpha, beta, gamma. And this alpha, beta, gamma is read into the line, and the lines split by the space. So you get three string in the tokens array is alpha string, beta string, and the gamma string. And then you print it out one by one using the for loop. Then the second line you have delta and eta. And you print delta and eta as well. Okay? So the split function will split the line into tokens, into words using the separators. The separator right now is using space to separate it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, now let's try another one. Let's assume that you come to here. And right here, let's create a new data. Using Excel. So Excel, let's do 100, 200, 300, 400, 600, 700. Okay, this is simple file. Let's actually save, then save as. Don't save an Excel file now. Let's save as comma delimited file, CSV file, comma delimited file. You save it, quit it, and look at the data using the editor. Don't use the Excel to open it. Let's use Notepad. Okay. Okay, so it's separated by comma. Any questions so far?
No.
Now I'm going to read this file in. I'm going to read this data in my program now. It's getting harder, okay? So every time you don't understand, you have to watch the video multiple times. Must make sure you understand everything. If you don't understand it, you have to ask question or you have to find something to understand it, okay? So this one is called data that comma separately value file, okay? Okay, we read it line by line and we just print it out so far, okay? Read a line and print out a line. Okay, so 2 lines of this. Now this data we do this, we do stream. Using comma is separate, right? If you say it's a comma separated value file, then create an integer array data equals new integer. How long it is? It is the same as the tokens. So tokens are less. Therefore, integer I equals 0, I less than data balance, I increase. Okay, data I equals integer parts int or equal tokens I. We just have an integer sum. Don't print the line. Print the data. At the end, okay, at the end get a sum. So read a line separated by comma, and then pass every single tokens to an integer, and then add that integer to a sum, and then print that integer, and then print out the total sum. I'm sorry. Here, print out should be print out data. I not an array. I print out the array as well. Okay, sorry. Okay. Any question? This one is how to use the split function to split the string into different tokens. And in Excel file, when you save as a comma separated value file, it will be a text file. It will be a text file that actually have several lines of the data separated by commas. And then you read it line by line and then split it into the so-called tokens. And then the tokens, you convert each individual one into integer. Okay, that's what we learned there. Now this one, I'm going to submit the art. Okay. This one, chapter set, I think easy. You can study by yourself. Okay. This one, I'm going to cover briefly with this printf function. So far we have print ln, that's print with a new line mark. And we also have the print without ln, that actually is print not changing the line, okay? So each one of them, you need to put a string over there. Now we have a print f formatted print. Formatted print, you need to put a format string and then some arguments. So print 1, print 2, print line 3. You print 1 and then followed by 2, followed by 3, and then change line. Okay. Print line 1, print line 2, print line 3. You will change print 1, change line, print 2, change line, print 3, change line. Okay. So here you have x plus y is x plus y. This one you will actually sum up this first before you add it to it. So you have this. This one you will be concatenated with the string first, and then concatenate with another number. So it becomes printed 3, 5 instead of 8. Is that okay? Any question?
No.
Okay, so this different formatted print, you have different format specifier. B for Boolean value, C for factor, D for integers, F for floating point. Okay, E for scientific notation, S for string. Percentage N, the same as backslash N, is will change line. Okay. Percentage, you will print out 1% mark. So what you can do is the print CD, you will reserve 3 digits for 0 and print it like this. Okay. 3D for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you reverse 3 digits, but it will overflow, so you will let it overflow. So this is 3 is the minimum width you will print. So 3D minus 10, you will reverse 3 digits for minus 10. Okay. Now the minimum space you will reserve. If you start with 0, then the number 0 would be stuck with extra 0 to fill all of the 3 digits. Okay, if you start with 0 in front. Here you have 1 and you have the stop 0 before it, so you stop 2 0 before it to fill it to 3 digits. This one, 5D, it will be 5 space, okay, is aligned to left, right. If you do minus 5D, it will align to the left, okay. 0, 5D will be 5 digit start with 0, plus 5D will be 5 digit with leading plus sign. Minus plus 5D, it will be aligned to the left, but with the sign in front, okay? This one is for floating point. 1 is the digit after the decimal point, okay? So that 2 is 2 digit here. A.2 means totally 8 digit, after decimal point 2 digit, decimal is 1 digit. before decimal point 5 digit. Okay. 8.4 is totally 8 digit, after decimal point 4 digit, before decimal point 3 digit. Okay. 8.2 is totally 8 digit, after decimal point 2 digit, before decimal point 5 digit, and then you start with 0 for the extra digit. Minus 8.2 is totally 8 digit, after decimal point 2 digit, aligned to the left. Okay. Anyway, these are how to read it. The different format specifiers. S is for string. S usually you do 10s to the right, minus 10s aligned to the left. Okay, we finished this chapter. A lot of things to actually to study. Okay, quite a lot of things because string is a very important chapter. So we use a very advanced topic and advanced concept to talk about the split functions, the index of functions, okay, and also talking about many function, pass function to string functions, okay, and also substring function. These are many important functions for your string, okay, and they are all used to process data. And you can read the data from keyboard, from file, or from a string. Okay? Any question today?
No.
This chapter gives you a very good introductory talk for strings, okay? And also it's a printout format, okay? We will work on a lot of the string later, and now we just give you an introductory talk, okay? You need to watch video for several times and rewrite the program by yourself. Maybe need to study and extra material you need to find. Okay, be more aggressive. Okay, this AP course is very tough, but we hope you enjoy it and also promote yourself to a more advanced coders. Okay. Okay. If no question, that's it for today. Good night and bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.